Huh, let's make that. So since all of this wood is pallet wood, I have to join all the edges first, and I do that with a joining sled on the table saw. These boards are 4¼ inches wide, and they make up the glass base and the bottle base. These then have to be cut down to length to 11 inches. After batching out all of those parts, I joint the boards for the rear supports. After cleaning up the other edge, I also cut these to 11 inches long. I'm now cutting the front cross members and front spacers to width. Each rack requires approximately 60 inches of this width of material. Next, the bottom spacers for the glass need to be cut to 4¼ inches long. The width on these doesn't matter as long as the screw can go all the way through and it doesn't interfere with the wine glass stems. Approximately 1 inch is good. To make the vertical supports for the wine rack, you cut the 2x4 in half and then line up the interior curve and cut that in the middle as well. These particular 2x4s I was using were too wide, so I cut them down to width on the table saw. These 2 1/8 inch holes are drilled in the center of the boards at 3 1/4 in from either end, and these are where the glasses will hang from. A 1/2 inch slot will fit most of the wine glasses I've seen. This step is optional, but I opt to put on a 1/4 inch round over to seat the glasses better in the holder. One of the last few steps of this process is cutting the front spacers to length, and if you take your measurements off of the 2x4, it'll be the most precise way to do so. A good sanding gets everything ready for finish, and I recommend pre-finishing these pieces before assembly because it's hard to get into the corners once it's all assembled. So if you liked what you saw, remember to subscribe and share with your friends. Thanks for watching. You know, you shouldn't make a wine rack. So to get this long of a wine rack, what we need to do is cut this board several times down to this length. And halfway through the board, whew, yeah.